Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to you. It's Graham from Lakeside. This is a video regarding another screw up on my behalf, yet again, but with a twist to it really. Now the screw up which I've managed to do, which is entirely my fault and nothing to do with Hornby whatsoever, is I've managed to damage my lovely Flying Fox. And I damaged it on the second attempt to get some more plastic out from the inside of this tender with my Dremel. Now I was okay with it initially, but I wanted to take a little bit more out from the inside just so I could maneuver some of the components around, because I wasn't entirely happy with what I'd done initially. So I think this should come off. Bear with me a second. Yeah, right. So this is not really about the screw up. This is about Hornby, this video. So what I did, and I say it's entirely my fault, and I said this in an email to Hornby, it's not really their problem as such, but I was hoping for some help. Now what I did was that, as you can see from here, if I can get the light, I've been taking some of this area out here, which normally would not be a problem. It's just so that I could relieve some of this plastic here so that I could get more components in. And I was using my Dremel with a cutting tool on it, and it was going fine. And then I thought, oh, I just need to take a little bit more off. And as I did it, the Dremel slipped and went straight through the side of the tender. My heart sank. My heart sank. It really did. Oh, look at that. It's horrendous. So, I mean, it was within a nanosecond this happened. The cutting disc on the Dremel caught on this plastic here, locked up, and went straight on that side, went straight through. And I say this all happened within a nanosecond. I didn't even have time to stop it doing it. So obviously nothing to do with Hornby whatsoever. Totally my fault, and I put my hands up. Yeah, I was an idiot, and I need to replace it. This, however, is where everything starts falling apart, and the reason for the video is because what I'm about to tell you I didn't know about, and I'm just wondering how many other people didn't know about it either. So the first thing I did was obviously to email Hornby to ask them if I could buy a shell for this tender. Now, being a product which is still on sale, I thought there shouldn't be an issue. However, when the customer care department came back with an email saying, very sorry, but no, we don't keep stock of body shells for locomotives or tenders for new products, they said to try Peter Spares and another company which I think was called AC Models. I can't remember, to see if they got any. But apart from that, they couldn't help out. Very sorry, goodbye. Which I thought was a bit strange, considering that it's a new model. So before I contacted Peter Spares, etc., I wrote back to them again and said, okay, fair enough, you don't keep those spares. Can you tell me why? And they were very reluctant. They just said, no, we just don't keep them. So I contacted Peter Spares and this other company, and both turned round and kind of said, you're going to be very, very lucky to get a replacement tender shell. He said, we don't have any. We can't even get them ourselves. And he said the reason being is that Hornby will not sell body shells, tender shells, anything like that, to the public or to suppliers. And it's primarily because they don't want people buying the newer versions of the shells, popping them on an old version, and then perhaps selling them on auction sites for the newer version. And I'm sitting there thinking, really? So if somebody buys a brand, forget this, that I've screwed it up, but say if I had bought this, or anybody had bought a new model, or they were given it as a present, they got it out, and for whatever reason they dropped it, or something happened whereby they damaged the actual shell of the loco or the tender, it means that they can't send it back to Hornby. They've got to get a new one. They will not replace body shells. If there was a linkage broken on here, or there was a set of wheels not lining up, or because they were buckled or something, yep, I could get those replaced. I can't even send this back with the limited edition certificate. I can't send that back as a unit for them to see the damage, and go, okay, yeah, we'll replace that. They literally do not hold the spares. There's no point, because they're not going to replace them. Now, what that's done, that's left me now with basically a scrap loco. Because yes, I could repair that. I could fill that and sand it down, but of course I've then got to spray it. I've then got to put the new numbers on here, letters, and it's never going to be the same. So I'm bemused. I'm totally bemused. What I did do eventually was to write another email, but this time as a customer complaint, to Hornby, which is exactly the same email address as the standard customer care. Basically just pointing out that, fair enough, then all locomotives, all brand new locomotives, if there is an accident, be it accidentally, or well, which most of them are accidents, aren't they, whereby somebody drops it, treads on it, a little child gets hold of it or whatever, if it gets damaged, there's no chance of a repair. Now, I'm only going by the correspondence I've got from Hornby. This is not through hearsay or from your experiences. Anything of an older style, whereby, I don't know, it might be 3, 4, 5 years old, there doesn't seem to be a problem, because they're not worried about that would not be put onto an eBay or another auction site dressed up as a new unit, because obviously it's 4 or 5 years old, different tooling. But with these ones, being the modern tooling, then they won't do it. Now, I have looked on eBay, and there is 2 or 3 shells on eBay which are for the Flying Fox, which basically look the same, but they're not. The railing is different, the front here is black, not silver, and I'm pretty sure that the shells these come off are from the versions which had the motor in the tender and not in the loco. The coaling is different, obviously to make room for the motor in the tender here, because obviously that's going to come up quite high. So it looks, first glance it looks the same, but when you look at it closely it's quite different. So there's no point in me even buying one of those, because it's going to be quite different. So I am waiting for a response back from Hornby now, from their customer care department, to see if they can further help out in their customer complaint, which I've put in. I very, very much doubt if that will happen. I haven't heard in 2 days a reply back, and so I don't think that there will be a reply coming back. So this video is not a video complaining about the quality of this product, but I mean, it's fantastic. This logo, I'm just absolutely, well, you know I am. I'm absolutely over the moon with it. But I am just stunned by the policy that Hornby have got, that they will not sell replacement or even attempt to fix, if I send it back to them, attempt to fix this tender, because they do not hold the spares. Nobody holds the spares. The only thing they may be able to do is, and I don't know how they're going to do it, is that if they get one of these back, which is not repairable, but there's a decent shell for the tender on it, then they may replace it. But how does that happen? I mean, have I got to send this back, wait for them to get one of these back which can't be repaired? That could be months. I don't know. I'm just bemused by it all. I looked on for Bachmann body shells to see if Bachmann were the same. Now, Bachmann don't do that kind of thing where you write into them and buy the body shell off them, but there is a company where you can go and buy the body shells. And it's just very straightforward. You go in there, pick your body shell, bush bosh, pay for it, and it's sent to you. So really, that's what this video is about, is just really to not warn, well, yeah, I suppose warn is the right word, that if you get a brand new loco, current loco from Hornby, and you accidentally break something, or there's something to it that on the body shell, either the tender or the loco itself, or if it's a diesel, the body shell, complete body shell, don't even bother sending it back to Hornby, because they're not interested. They are not interested. They will not have a spare. And really, that's what this video is about. It's totally my fault, absolutely 100% down to me for ruining this. I haven't got a problem with that. I really haven't. You know, I'll put my hands up to that. What I have got a problem with is Hornby going, no, sorry, we can't repair it. Really? So if people like Ford, Vauxhall, Audi, whoever, are they going to stop selling body panels to their brand new cars because they are worried that if somebody has an accident, that people are going to be buying updated versions of front wings to put on old vehicles and sell them as new looking vehicles? You know, it's the same thing, and that's all it is down to. Is that it's not because they can't keep the spares, it's because they don't want to, because they're too worried that people, unscrupulous people, will be buying the newer ones and putting them onto older units. In the meantime, moi has to suffer the consequence when things in life go wrong. So, as it happens now, I've got no mint Flying Fox. I've got one with a tender with a rip in it. So, I should still run it, of course. I will have to, until at such times that maybe in a couple of years' time, when these are getting on a bit, that they start appearing on eBay as people breaking them, like they are at the moment for the previous versions. And maybe I'll be lucky in picking one of these up. But until then, I've got absolutely no hope, as far as I can see, of getting this replaced. It's very sad state of affairs. So as a warning to you, when you're opening your new locos after Christmas presents or birthday presents, be very careful that you don't drop it. Be very careful of any kids coming in and dropping them. And also, obviously, be very careful if, like me, you get a Dremel out and start taking out bits of plastic and not being careful enough, because that's what happens. Big sigh. But there you go, that's life. Nothing we can do about it, except now I know what the score is from Hornby. I doubt very, very much now whether I will be buying anything new from Hornby, because if I do break it for whatever reason, absolutely no way, as long as it's the body shells, absolutely no way can I get it replaced. So be warned, be very careful of your new toys. Okay, that's about it. Sorry for another groan and gripe, but I thought it should be made public that this is the policy of Hornby, which I had no idea about. I really didn't. I just thought I could go on there and order a tender shell. It was just seemed logical. No, not the case. Okay, people, I think that's about it for now. I'll keep you informed if I get any further updates on this, but I don't think it's looking too good at the moment. Okay, bye for now, and speak to you again soon. Bye. Right, hello again everyone. I was about to publish this video and I thought I would just actually add a little bit to the end of this video. If any of you have had a similar problem with Hornby with a new loco where you've needed a body shell or part of the loco as regards a tender or the front part of the loco itself in recent times, it's been a brand new product and you've managed to get them to replace it, could you let me know in the comments below that you've done this successfully? Because I'm just wondering whether this is just common for this particular loco or whether it's a common practice for all their locos. That could be quite a deciding factor, which I hadn't thought of when I was making this video. So it'd be interesting to hear your comments if you've had to send anything back because you've had a brand new, and it's got to be brand new product which the body shell has been damaged. I just want to find out if any of you have been successful in getting that body shell replaced. Okay, so thanks very much. Bye.